video will assist you with Aylin Insurance Premium Worksheet. This is a grade. You can find this assignment in your book on Excel page 109, Lab 1 Insurance Premium Worksheet. There are no data files to download for this assignment. I will go ahead and click onto Excel. For time's sake, I've already typed in the data. Let's get started. On step 1, it asks you to enter and format the worksheet title, Aylin Insurance, and the subtitle, Premium Analysis. It's going to request that you change the theme of the worksheet to Berlin theme. Select Page Layout, select Themes, choose Berlin. If I did not complete this step, my theme would have different colors and my workbook would display a different color scheme. Make sure you select Themes and choose Berlin. Now I can go back to my Home tab. Step 1 is going to ask me then to apply the title cell styles to A1 and A2. I'll select A1 and A2. On my Home tab, I'll go to the Styles grouping. On my Cell Styles button, I'll select the title. Change the font size in cell A1 to 26 points. Select cell A1. Increase the font size to 26. Change the font size in cell A2 to 18. Select cell A2. Ensure it's 18. Merge and center the worksheet title. Merge and center from cells A1 through E1. Select your Merge and Center button. A2 through E2, select Merge and Center. Draw a thick outside border around cells A1 and A2. Select cells A1 and A2. Home tab, Font Grouping, Border button. Thick outside borders. Select that button. That step is complete. Move to step 2. Change the width of column A to 20. Select column A. Move your mouse between column A and column B. Notice the width will be displayed. It's requesting you to make the width 20. If you can make the width 20, go ahead. Now pick up on your mouse. Change the widths of column B through E to 14. Select B, C, D, and E. You can go between E and F and drag until it gets to 14. If this is difficult for you, you can also come up to Home tab, Cells Grouping, Format button. Select the Format button, Column Width. Choose 14, 1, 4. OK. That step is complete. You have just made columns B through E 14 points. Change the height of row 3 to 36. Here is row 3. I'm going to select, click, and drag until I get to 36. Now I'm going to pick up on my mouse. On row 14, it asked me to make it 25.5. I'm going to select row 14. I'll come to my Home tab, Cells Grouping, Format button. Choose Row Height. Type 25.5. Say OK. You choose the way that's best for you. Step 2 is complete. Let's go ahead and look at step 3. Step 3 asks us to enter column titles in row 3 and row titles in the range A13 through A16. I've already entered that. It's going to then ask us to apply heading 4 cell style to the range A3 through E3. A3 through E3 is going to ask us for heading 4 cell styles. The cell styles are found on the Home tab. In the Styles grouping, in the Cell Styles button, it's requesting for heading 4. Select heading 4. Apply the total cell style in range A13 through E13. Select A13, A13 through E13. Select the Home tab, Styles grouping, Cell Styles button, Total cell style. That step is complete. It's going to ask you to bold the titles in range A13 through A16. I haven't typed the text in there. Let me go ahead and type the text in so that you can see it will be bold. In cell A13, it should say total. In cell A14, it will say average. In cell A15, it will say lowest. And in cell A16, it will say highest. Now, I'm going to look back at my set of instructions. In my set of instructions, it says bold the titles in range A13 through A16, A13 through A16, and make those bold. Bolding is complete. Change the font size in A3 through E16, to 12. That's complete. Enter the data in table 2-6. That was step 4, and that's complete. Use the following formulas to determine the installment fee in column D and the current balance in column E. This is step 5. Step 5 is going to ask us to complete the formulas in column D and column E. Step 5A gives us the installment fee in cell D4. I am clicked into cell D4. All formulas start with equals. I will start my formula with equals. It states here that the formula for the installment fee is 1% times the previous balance. My formula has to start with equals, and it says that my formula is 1% times, which is an asterisk, 1% times the previous balance. My previous balance is cell B4. My formula is equals 1% times B4. Hit enter. Your formula is complete. Now, let's look at our current balance, which would be the formula in cell E4. Click into cell E4. All formulas start with equals. Place equals into cell E4. It states that my formula would be the previous balance minus the payments plus the installment fee. Let's go ahead and complete this formula. Equals the previous balance. Click on previous balance, which is cell B4. Minus payments. Click on payments, which is cell C4. Plus the installment fee. Click on installment fee. My formula is equals B4 minus C4 plus D4. My formula is equals previous balance minus payments plus installment fee. Hit enter. My formula is complete. Select both formulas. Go to the bottom corner of cell E4. Get your fill handle. Fill the formulas down. Stop on row 12. That step is complete. The next step will ask us to determine the totals in row 13. The easiest way to determine the totals in row 13 is to use my auto sum. I'm going to select everything I want added together, give it a blank spot for the answer. On my home tab in the editing grouping, I will click the auto sum button. Now I have my totals for my auto sum. I'm going to hold down the control button, tap my tilde. Control tilde will show me my formulas. Check out these formulas as an instructor. That's the first thing I would check on this assignment. I'm going to tap control tilde again and come back. If I were doing this without using the controls on my keyboard, I could go to the formulas tab and click the show formulas button, and that will do the same thing. Now I will go back. Step number 7 asks us to determine the average, minimum, and maximum. Let's go ahead and look down here to do my average. I'm going to select average. I'm on my home tab. I usually use this little FX button right here because this is the least amount of clicks for me. I could also use my formulas. I could also start with equals and start to type average. There are many ways to do this. I will complete it with the way that I find the easiest. I do like the function arguments box. I'm going to click into cell B14, which is where the average will go. I'll select the FX, which is where the function will go. I will choose average and say OK. It's going to give me my function arguments box. I would like the average of cells B4 through B12. It's going to tell me that my formula result right here is going to be 1096.7088889, which will get rounded to 0.71. So I know that that is correct. I can say OK. That is complete. My average is done. I need to complete my lowest function. Lowest would be min or minimum. Go to my function. I'm going to go to my most recently used. I have used this recently. If I didn't have it recently, I could go to all or go to the category it would be found. But I have minimum right here. I'll say OK. I'm going to use the same range of cells, cells B4 through B12. That's going to give me 477.11. That's going to be the lowest number. That is okay. That is complete. And this is going to tell me my highest number, which is my max. I will click into cell B16, select my function button. Now I'm going to click on the max function, say OK, select the range of cells. It's going to find the highest number in the range of cells, which is 1600.72. OK. I have now used functions to complete average, lowest, and highest. I will select these 3 cells and get my fill handle and fill these formulas across to column E. The next thing it's going to ask me to do is format the numbers as follows. Use the currency style with the floating $sign for B4 through E4. Let's see here, B4 through E4. So that's going to be currency. Okay, and then it also asks and B13 through E16, B13 through E16. Okay, so that would also be currency. And then it's going to ask us and assign the number style with 2 decimal places and 1,000 separator to B5 through E12. B5 through E12 will come up here to our number grouping. Click the More button. We'll choose currency. We'll tell it that we want it to have 2 decimal places with no symbol. And there we go. All right. The next thing that's going to ask us to do is use some conditional formatting in D4 through D12. Select cells D4 through D12. All right, we're going to, on the Home tab, do some conditional formatting. We're going to create a new rule. The new rule will format only cells that contain. It will have a cell value according to the set of instructions. It needs to contain a value that's greater than 10, a cell value that is greater than 10. If the cell value is greater than 10, it said that it would like for it to have white font with an orange background. We will format it just as that. Click Format. The fill will be orange. Now we'll select Font. The font will be color of not automatic but white. Say OK. Now look at your rule. The cell value is, if the cell value, formatting in the background, if the value is greater than 10, and I have less than, if it is greater than. So here we go. If the cell value is greater than 10, it will have an orange background with white font. Here we go. And we're going to say OK. Now the biggest deal with that is, check this out. Let's say that this here were to lower. I'm just going to lower this one just for grins and giggles, just so that you can see it. If this were to lower to 0, guess what? That would change, this conditional formatting changes. So if you were to just use the standard formatting on this, it would not automatically change. Conditional formatting automatically or automatically changes. Okay, so you want to make sure to use that conditional formatting. Change the worksheet name from Sheet 1. Double click Sheet 1 to Loan Balance. And the Sheet tab color, I'm going to click up here. Now I'm going to right click on there, choose the Sheet color or the tab color. And they want the tab color to orange. Okay, that step is complete. Change the worksheet header with your name. In order to view the header, what you'll have to do is you'll have to go to the View tab and View in the Page Layout view. In this Page Layout view, it will give you your header. All right, so I've already typed up here in the header, and I've put my name and my course, CIS 110, section 1101. You can put whatever your course is, CIS 110. I don't know what your section is. Maybe it's 1F01. Maybe it's 0001. I don't know what your section number is. You put your name right here, whatever your name is, right? Okay, so that is how you place your name into that header, right? So once you're done with that, I don't know that your instructor has anything else for you to add into it. Okay, you can leave it just like this. Double check yourself, make sure there isn't anything else. It appears to me that you should probably do some on your previous balance. It appears to me that you need to wrap some text here. On your installment fee, your current balance, it appears that you need to wrap some text there according to the visual. So just double check some things. I might have missed a few things as I went through here very quickly, but this should assist you as a tool if you are having trouble doing some of the steps with this assignment. Good luck with this. Make sure that you save this with the name Lab 2-1 Aylin Insurance Premium Analysis. Once you've double checked yourself, go ahead and turn this into Blackboard.